Okay, there we go.
Yeah, welcome to the
So,
podcast.
yeah, welcome everybody to a brand new podcast called The Turntables. We'll be talking about local news, we'll be cracking jokes, and we'll be talking about somewhat controversial topics, and I hope to God that I don't get my YouTube account banned. Um, right, so right off the bat, we're gonna actually start with some local news for tonight.
Yeah.
A fight broke out between younger children um during the afternoon today over fucking water. The story was basically uh kids were playing and one of them flung like a water bottle, like flung some water at another kid. Well, the other kid freaked out and charged at one of the girls there who was 13 or so. Charged at him and started beating the shit out of them. And it's like you look at that and you look at where we are now, and then you look back when we were like when we were younger kids. We were like 10 and under, like 5 to 10, and we had issues like that. Like I don't know what the issue is. And I assume Matthews died.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, you just haven't said anything. You just haven't added on. You're
I
allowed
mean,
to.
yeah, because it's still new to me because I'm still comprehending right now.
You're still he's still comprehending it. It's mind numbing because we went from like I didn't have a computer till I was like 12, 13. I don't know what age Matthew got his computer, but like what age did you get your computer?
I think I was like 12.
You're like okay, so we were around the same age. Um, but basically like it was we'd play on our computers, but it wasn't that much. We'd still go outside. We'd play with Nerf guns, stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
kids now, I'm gonna sound really old saying this. Kids now are just they're just stuck on that tech. Like my sister will come home from school and I won't see her for hours on end until it's dinner or she has to go take a dump or something. And it's like, well, where were you? Oh, I was playing Roblox. For how long? 17 days. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like don't get me wrong, I spend a decent amount of my time playing video games,
I
but I
mean,
still
yeah,
go
we I'm pretty sure
outside.
I'm pretty sure like everyone in our friend group spend like a significant amount of time playing video games.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially now because, everybody's fucking coughing their heads off. But
Yeah.
but it's but I think it's the way it's handled now compared to when we were younger. Like when we
Yeah.
were younger, the 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 stuff that we had, like I had a Nintendo DSi when I was growing up. That was
Bro,
the only game console like thing that I
so
had.
dude, okay, okay, so for me, we had a Mac, an Xbox 360, and I'm pretty sure it was a Nintendo DS, and I couldn't even use the Nintendo DS because it had a bad game on it. It was Call of Duty Modern Warfare for the
Oh
DS.
snap. Dude, okay, here's what I don't get, right? The Call of Duty games that were brought onto the DS were such a mistake because of the way
Oh
that
yeah,
they work.
they
They
sucked.
suck.
And
Anyway,
dude, the thing is, okay, so my mom tried hiding it. So and then I found out that it was near the TV, like the living room, and so I brought it out. I played it for like 10 minutes. It was like, I don't like it, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
it's it's not my cup of tea. But
That
anyway,
honestly thought I was being defiant of my mother. I was like, look at me.
yeah, no, like I remember in the multiple places that I lived in, I would either play with fucking like what are the Hot Wheels cars? You remember those?
Oh yeah,
When they were big and didn't look stupid as hell? Like
that is true.
I used to play with Hot Wheels cars all the time. Like I had a big Hot Wheels car track.
Bro. Okay. I I used to have the best like miniature town, and I would just have Hot Wheels all over the place, and
Oh
they would
my
have like get
god.
the crashes and races all over the
Oh
place.
my
It was
god, yes. Did you ever have the mat?
no, but they're
Oh.
okay. So I when we had just gas cars for now, when we had gas cars, we had to get, the oil change and stuff. So, while the oil was getting changed, we went into a waiting room, and on the waiting room, there was a mat with, like, cars and stuff. It was, like, the roads and stuff. Oh, I
Hmm.
loved it. I loved it. I love that mat, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, like
Oh,
um
oh, oh, and another thing to add, okay, so at my old house, when, like, none of my friends knew me, because I was actually living in Maryland then, um, we had oh my god, I honestly wish I still had this. Alright, I gotta go, but I definitely watch this when it gets uploaded. Got it, okay. Okay, so, okay, at my old house, we okay, so in the basement
fucking hell.
we had this oh my god, it was so cool. It was a literal painted road on the basement, and we would have, like,
Oh
you
shit,
know, like
boy.
like bicycles. We would, like, go around it.
Oh my
Oh, it
god.
was so
Oh
cool.
my god. Yeah, I had one of those. Um, so actually, okay, right. We need to get back on topic. We got off topic. Anyway, it's the fact that like when we were younger, we had so much crap to play with, and now parents have gotten to the point where they just kind of toss tech at their kids and go, "Fuck it," you know,
Yeah.
just to kind of keep them off their skin. My little brother at the age of 4, right, got a tablet. He's not 5, but at the age of 4, he got a tablet, and it's like, well, fuck, I didn't even get a tablet.
Yeah, right?
I got a Nintendo DS when I was 7, and it had so many parental controls. Literally only play like one thing at a time, but it had so many parental controls. So it was like I'd sit there, I'd hop on, and I'd have to ask my mom for fucking code. It's like, Mom, I want to play the DS. Okay, here, let me type in the password. And, at some point she got lazy and was just like, the password's this. And so every night I'd sneak it and get on with the password. But, anyway, it's like we went from things like if we had arguments, we'd settle it in Nerf wars, races with bikes,
Yeah.
running races, to now you see so many kids going at it. Like there are things like YouTube channels dedicated to fights. That's how many there are now.
Oh, yeah.
So many people are going from, normal, let's chat this out, let's mess around with it, to I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. It's
Yeah,
like
it's just, like, it's it's just changed too much for
it's
me,
yeah,
man.
it's just it's the
I
way
just
that
don't
it's
like it.
shifted. It's the way that it's shifted. It's not it's somewhat parenting on some families' parts. Like
Yeah.
it's somewhat parenting. The other part is just the way that the kid is. If they're in an environment which actually there's a guy that runs a repair shop in New York. I don't remember his name, but I'll probably plug it the video in the description. He went on a video talking about how parents who argue in front of their kids and are like, "No, they're not paying attention. They're playing their game." It can seriously fuck up their kid
Yeah.
because their kid, it doesn't matter if they're playing the game, they can still hear you. Like, tell me once, right? I don't know if your parents have argued ever.
No, they've argued.
They've argued? Okay, right. So
Couples
do you,
argue all the time, okay?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
normal.
yeah. It's a normal thing. But like, have you ever stopped to listen what they're arguing about?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the natural like instinct because though us as children are annoying as hell, we don't want to do things. You don't want to do your homework. You don't want to go out.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to the store. Uh, you don't want to be a burden on your parents because if you are, you're like, oh you know. And
Yeah.
if they're arguing, you don't want the argument to be about you. And it doesn't matter if it's in another room, all the way downstairs or outside. If they hear it just a tad, they're gonna do whatever they can to listen to see if it's about them.
Mhm. That is true.
And I'm admitting I'm guilty of this. I've listened to my parents' conversations because I'm worried that I am a burden on my parents. Like I know I'm annoying as hell to my parents, and I make them angry at me all the time, but I don't want them to hate me. That's the thing.
Yeah. That's what I think too.
So
Sometimes whenever I get my parents mad, I just feel like I'm a sort of just like a failure to them.
yeah, like I sit there and anytime that I feel like I've made my mother mad, or my dad or stepdad or whatever, anytime I feel I made them mad, I'll sit there and I'm like, oh fuck, I feel really bad about this. Unless it's just unneeded. If it's
Oh yeah.
unneeded and it's like the 70th time you've told me this one thing, then I'm not gonna care. Because if if you tell me at the beginning of the day, you you need to do this, and I'm like, okay, I'll do it, and then I forget, and you're like, hey, make sure to do this, I'll be all right with it. But if you're like, do that shit right now, then I'm gonna be like, excuse me, you asked me once today, you need to relax. It's like there needs to be, I feel, communication between kids and their parents, because that's something
Well,
that
yeah.
really isn't there much anymore,
No.
especially with families that have multiple kids. And then the kids end up just hiding away in their rooms all day. Like, look at Brad's adoptive brother. He had some stuff go down, and now he just, he doesn't really enjoy being out much.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's stuff that affects them while they're growing up that changes them into what they do. So, if you have anything else on this topic, then we will move on to the next.
Hello? I can't hear you anymore. What the heck?
You can't hear me? Oh, SpaghettiOs. We've had a technical issue, ladies and gentlemen. Here. Is it good now?
Okay.
Okay. I just had to leave and rejoin. Anyway, so yeah, do you have anything else that you want to add to this topic? Or should we
Uh,
continue?
Not really. Let's continue somewhere else.
Okay. So, next thing I guess we should move on to is, oh Christ, I don't know. Um, what do you what do you think
Oh,
would be a good topic?
um, probably would be some people that we met along the way that are not so nice, like you know, Xander, Finn's stepbrother.
Oh yeah, Xander is a
Uh,
Xander is a special child. So I'm just gonna call him Z for short because I'm lazy. Basically Z walked in, or he came into a party with us and started talking smack. Well, we kicked him out of the party, made it invite only. He started talking smack in game, and he also was like, "Oh fuck you guys," and he's like 8, I think.
he's like, I don't know, 11 or something.
Oh, he is. I didn't even start cussing until I was 14.
Yeah, same here.
And it was rarely, and now it's like a more common thing for me just to be colorful with my language and vocal. But it's so stupid. Oh, okay. All right. If you don't have anything to add, I'm gonna go to our controversial part of the topic, which
About
um. So this has been long gone by now, and I do want to note that both Matthew and I do support BLM, but the the issues that happened within that month, right,
Mhm.
were some of the biggest if you think about it.
In May.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
it
for
was
sure.
chaotic. Um,
Very.
did you hear about the guy at Wendy's who took the officer's taser, or the taser, and then he was shot? Oh shit. Okay. So there was a guy in like a parking lot, and he wouldn't leave, and he had been there for hours. So police came up to check up on him. Well, the man took the fucking taser and ran off and turned around to tase the officer. The officer fired, which was okay, or else he would have gotten fucking tased.
Hmm.
So
In
it's self defense, and
incapacitated.
yeah, he would have gotten incapacitated, and from then he could have gotten beat up, run over. They could have taken his gun and shot him, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
he pulled out his gun and shot him and killed him. And this sparked a riot. And what people didn't realize, what like most people not most people, but a decent amount of people, what they didn't realize was the officer shooting was completely justified.
There are some times where, you
There is
know,
sometimes where there are officers that only know how to respond with violence.
yeah,
Uh, take an Arizona Police Department for example. A girl stole a Barbie doll from a Dollar General, right?
hmm
The police showed up and basically assaulted the family there. And I'm gonna quote what it says. Um, One of the officers said, "I'm gonna bust a cap in your fucking ass," to one of the people telling them to get out of the car.
yeah,
And the situation would have gone so much differently if, there weren't civilians there with phones out. And that's what's somewhat good about now is people at any given point can take out their phone and record.
but that can also lead to people just recording and not helping at all.
Yeah, no, okay, so people were actually like recording and staying a distance because, if somebody's screaming at somebody that they're going to bust a cap in their ass as an officer, you're like,
hmm
"Oh, I want to back up. I don't want to be anywhere near this." So that's what the officer or that's what the civilians did. One of them asked for the kids because she was friends with the neighbors. One of them literally went outside and was like, "We need to de-escalate the situation." The whole thing was caught on camera, and the police report was so out of whack that it was stupid. And it was so good that there were people there because the police report would have been taken and they would have been like, all right, yeah, that looks good enough,
Yeah.
even if there were witnesses. So,
Honestly, having a civilian try to de-escalate the situation instead of the policeman
yeah,
itself,
the actual police officer, that's,
who actually whose job is to de-escalate any situation without having violence. But if violence is needed, then you do
yeah,
violence.
if
But
violence
priority.
is needed, like the man outside of the Wendy's who got his taser
hmm
stolen, that is okay. It's somewhat justified.
hmm
Obviously, it's probably not correct, but in some people's eyes, it's probably not correct. But it was for his safety,
hmm
and that's what they're trained to do.
Yeah, because you don't know what his intentions were with the taser.
Because for all the officer knew, he could have walked in on some random civilian and robbed them with the fucking taser,
hmm
and
Or
then that would have just caused
tased
more
a
trouble.
police
Yeah,
officer
or
with
chased
a
the
gun,
officer, took his
and
gun, and that would have just caused more issues.
yeah,
Um, And then the whole thing that sparked it, which a lot of people are probably going to hate me for this. Not a lot of people, but whoever sees this. Kobe Bryant was on drugs at the time of his death. And that's what the press didn't release for the first while because
what with the helicopter?
hmm no or not Kobe, my bad. Not Kobe, fuck. Um I'm so
Wrong person.
it's so
Wrong
late.
person.
It's so late. Fuck, what was his name? I forget his name
George Floyd.
because I'm fucking stupid. George
Is it
Floyd. All right, you know what? All right. You guys can bully me in the comments for being a fucking dumbass. But anyway,
guy is an
George.
idiot?
I mean, Kobe. Yeah, his death was sad, and so many people exploited it, and it was stupid as fuck.
uh, yeah,
But anyway, um, fuck, I forgot his name again. I'm not good with
George
names. George.
Floyd.
Got it. Okay. Jesus, I'm telling you, dude, my brain is my oh god, that voice crack. My brain is mush. So anyway, but George Floyd's death, he was actually on drugs and the media didn't release any of it until a later date.
Well, yes, but, but, but,
But
but,
but
it doesn't give the policeman the right to kill him.
they didn't kill him. That's actually the standard procedure if you look it up. Plus,
Yeah.
Ghost is an actual certified police officer. Here, hold on.
What, having the knee on the neck?
Yeah, that's a legitimate move that's supposed to help them.
but it killed him.
Mm-mm. It was because of how many drugs he mixed. Like juice. You remember how he died of like overdose? Was it juice? Yeah, it was juice. No.
Mm,
Was it?
no.
I don't remember. I'm fucking. Yeah, I'm telling you, my brain is mush. Anyway, but it was like one of those big things where the press took the negativity in their like um in their gain or whatever. It basically helped them.
Okay.
But uh so like okay, people are not wrong when they say it was fucked up for both stories. It is fucked up, but I think it's the way that it was presented is what fucked it up even more. Now, don't get me wrong, I am all for BLM. I'm all for helping people. The man stealing the taser, not a great idea. But what the fuck is your defense for that?
What do you mean?
Like, what is going to be your defense if that man has the taser and the guy at the Wendy's and he turns around and he goes to tase you? What the fuck is your defense? Because that's a barbed, springed wire moving at you pretty fucking quick.
Electrified too.
Yeah, there's not much that you can do.
It can, incapacitate you in about very quickly.
Very quickly. And in that time, he could have taken the gun and shot the man. The whole story would have ended differently. That's the issue. Like, obviously, him being dead, not, you know, not a good thing. It's just the way that it was handled throughout everyone. It was just like it was like a domino effect, basically. So it's like, ugh, you look at it, and some people would go, oh, well, I would have done this in this situation. You can theorize what you would have done, but when you're in that legitimate situation with a limited time frame to think that quickly, you don't know what to do because your mind could be clogged with so many different thoughts. What should I do? What would happen? Stuff like that. But you've got to think it like that, or else, you're fucked.
Okay, moving out of
Moving out of that
that.
topic,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, so
because
okay,
it's
so
getting
okay,
dark.
with with police brutality. Okay, so I heard about this. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if this is right.
we can move into
So
this. We
there was
both
a
sides of the spectrum need to be covered because it's not just one side that's wrong. It's both sides that need to fix each other. Not really BLM, or not at all BLM. BLM is like black people. They're they're fine the way that they are. Some of them don't have perfect opportunities, just like Latinos and Mexicans that came to the US. They're looking for opportunity, but they can't really have it. So anyway, like you said, over to the police
okay,
brutality. Let's get on to that.
so there was this news about a young boy, very young,
Mm.
who was just going around in the park wielding like a fake gun, just like shooting
Oh
people
shit,
because
yeah.
it's fun. Uh, say ago, a policeman comes over here, rolls down. I'm pretty sure he rolls down a window. He rolls down his window and shoots the child.
Is that actually a fuck? Is wait? Is that actually a thing?
Yes,
That is so fucked up.
he legit. Okay, okay. I'm
I,
gonna look it up just to be sure.
I
Actually,
yeah, I have no words for that. That is fucked. Like there is no justification for that. There are a couple where cops fucked up, and Trevor Noah Trevor, I think is his name. He runs the nightly show, and he actually covered a lot of the stories like this. He does an amazing job at covering them. Um, but there was also more recently an officer that went to shoot a dog and accidentally shot a girl in the leg.
Oh, right here, right here. Okay. This might be, I don't know.
Okay. But like if that is a drive by. It doesn't fucking matter who you are. That is a drive by and that is fucked up. That's seriously fucked. It doesn't matter who you are. Especially on a kid.
Yeah.
A kid minding his business like think about that. Think about the parents of that kid too. Like that's fucked. That's fucked up. Like it's not that kind of shit is not okay. And the issue is there's not all that much that we can do to fix it. Violence is just kind of a thing that's gonna happen, and there's not all that much we can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the UK though; they've got restrictive gun laws. It takes forever, even for police to actually get guns, and they've got specific police officers that have guns. But it the UK has the highest domestic violence level of any country,
Yeah.
but they've got their
And,
weapons in check. Doesn't mean that people will still get
but,
guns. People will still get guns, yes.
but, but the thing is, people, like, you know, if you don't, like, honestly, you probably don't realize how dangerous knives are.
Yeah, knives are
Especially
very,
especially with multiple people because, you had the, terrorist attack on the bridge.
yeah. Especially if it's something like a rusty knife. Like people will intentionally rust their knives or do things to their knives that will fuck up a person, and it's really bad.
I think this might be it right here, I don't know. May 27th, 2020. Shooting death of a 4-year-old boy made on the made I don't know. That's just it.
That's just it. That's all it is. It
Yeah,
doesn't
the shooting death of a 4-year-old boy.
of a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old is not a fucking threat to anyone.
A 10-year-old boy were visiting at home, were playing with the gun when it discharged, but it
Oh,
could
okay. So he
I don't
wasn't
know.
shot by an officer. The gun discharged while he was playing with
No,
it.
no, no, it was a fake gun. It wasn't real.
Okay, it was a fake. Wait, okay, so the kid had a fake
So this
gun.
is this might not be the right one. I'm not sure.
It, it's it's okay. It's still is near equivalent.
Yeah, but yeah, he was just at the park, like with like a just a fake gun that doesn't work at all. He's just pretending to shoot people, and then a police officer comes up and actually shoots him
That's so fucked. That's
because the
messed
police officer
up.
thought he actually had a gun.
Yeah, but the thing is, the police officer shouldn't have fucking in his
Probably,
car rolled down the window, shot him from the car, rolled
I
up
don't know.
his window.
I mean, I honestly, I don't know if he actually did that,
Yeah, I
but
mean, we'll
like the
look
police officer
into it.
like was nearby.
We'll look into it more after the
But
podcast.
from what I knew is that he actually he didn't talk to the boy. So
That's what's fucked up about it. It's a kid with a gun, and most fake guns have an orange tip on them.
yeah,
So if he doesn't see the orange tip, then he's just
unless
shitty
unless it's
officer.
a Nerf gun, unless it's a Nerf gun,
Well, yeah, but if a Nerf gun, like with a Nerf gun, it's fucking
even more obvious.
yeah, yeah, because a Nerf gun is fucking white and orange and blue. It's just all sorts of.
You
It's
can't
just
mistake a Nerf gun with a
it's
gun.
just colors of Barney's vomit, basically. That's that's what a Nerf gun is. They have Barney tied up and they fucking make him puke on the Nerf guns and go, looks good enough to me.
Looks good enough to me, guys. I can't take it. Okay.
Guys, I can't take it
Yeah,
anymore.
I can't say more. Stop it. Shut up. What are we talking about?
It's so
Okay.
fucked. Okay, let's move on to some lighter topics. This entire first
Okay.
podcast has been dark as fuck.
Well, 2020, dude.
20,
What
yeah,
what to do about it?
2020 has been dark as fuck. Everybody was like, everybody was like, woohoo, new decade, as we all get fucked in the ass.
Well, actually, the new decade doesn't start until 2021. So,
Oh, shut
still
the
have
fuck,
a chance.
shut the fuck up. Just don't, just,
Because there was no year zero.
there was no year zero? What the fuck? Oh, yeah. I,
Oh yeah, no, there wasn't.
I had
That
to think,
that makes sense, dude.
I had to think about that for a sec.
I'm up. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna join to do the George Floyd thing. Um,
Let's talk about other stuff too.
yeah.
So. Okay, let's talk about. Gotta get out of bed.
Dude, he doesn't have to.
Okay. Video games.
Video games. Oh yeah, the new Xbox Series X is looking pretty smexy. Whereas
PS5 though.
the PS5 is looking like a man dressed up in a fucking trench coat. I don't think I want to get raped
Router.
by my PS5.
Router.
Ra- what?
It's a router.
It's
The PS5 is a router.
it's just
It
a
lo- it it, it looks like a router, dude. It's a router, dude.
it's just a router that can play your CDs.
And plus, the thing is, wait, has the Series X been released?
Yeah, the Series X console has come out.
Yeah, dude. I think I honestly kind of want to buy it because I've had the same Xbox One for like
I
7 years.
yeah, I've had it since it came out. Like
Yeah.
we got a Halo version. But yeah, I mean, did you hear about what was going on with the newest Xbox? Basically a ton of 360 games, a ton of Xbox games, um, you know, just a ton of Xbox One games. They're all getting ported with better graphics. Like they're all getting remade. This also means a brand new not a brand new Fallout, but Fallout New Vegas is actually getting a revamp.
Fucking love that, dude.
And I couldn't be happier. Um okay. I so it's fall season. Uh so that's cool. Means you get to
Phasmophobia.
go
Eh.
outside and rake up some fucking leaves.
And also, it's cold in the morning. Oh, it's so cool.
It's so nice. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, dude, morning, cool. Just like where it's just cold and you see
Oh,
the morning
it's
sunrise. Oh,
so great. Oh my god. Dude, I could bust a nut
I
to that.
fucking come.
Jesus Christ. Uh,
But then
um,
again, you just have like the freaking hot afternoons. Like, ugh.
yeah, the hot afternoons. And then when it gets into winter, here it's got like a 25, 75 chance of snowing. If it does snow, it lasts for an
More,
hour.
more like 45
Yeah, but if it does snow, it lasts for like 12
a
minutes and then
day.
it's not even
It,
not even
it's probably lasts for like 12 hours. That's it. Welcome to Georgia. Well, welcome to North Georgia, basically.
yeah, it doesn't fucking snow. That's
It does snow, but when it does, it's very short.
yeah, it'll like I've woken up so many times where it's like next to freezing and I'm like, "Oh my God, Mom, look at the snow." And by like 11 in the afternoon, the snow is melting. And then by like 2, it's
Wait,
gone.
11 in the afternoon.
Shut up, shut up. We're recording this.
That's
Listen,
funny.
we're recording this at midnight. All right, this is not. Shut up. Okay. Anyway,
Okay,
anyway. So basically, it's 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 wacky. It's wacky
it's
stuff.
wacky,
It's wacky stuff.
wacky,
Um.
wacky.
So I guess we should talk about politics. I don't care about politics, but hell, Why not for the very few that actually do care?
Okay.
Um,
So
um, I'm still giving my vote to the fly that landed on what's his name's head,
Mike Pence,
Mike Pence's head. Do that fly?
that fly gets my vote every single time.
That fly, dude. I'd bust a nut to that fly. No homo though. No homo.
Whoa, whoa, dude.
We don't. Hey,
That's a bit
listen.
too
We don't
far.
even know if the fly's a dude. If the fly wins the election, first whatever gender, president.
Dude, okay. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't even know who's gonna win because the polls are just you're never sure with the polls.
The polls are like a
The
an
polls are
aut-
lies.
they're like an autistic child.
No, they're basically they lie to you that someone else is gonna win, but they're like, oh no, this person's actually gonna win. Oh.
Oh, so it's like my dad when he told me he went to go get milk.
No. Remember 2016? Remember the 2016 election where
Oh
like
yeah.
Hillary Clinton had like an 80% chance of winning, and then they all went down to 6% at
Yeah,
time
cause
of election.
yeah, 'cause it was all the southern people here. They were all like, "Oh,
No,
yeehaw,
no, no,
Mr.
no, 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 no,
Trump."
no, no, no. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was because of how Trump directed to. Oh, hello. As how Trump directed to like the people of the visible people who were like of working class in like
Yeah,
Michigan and stuff,
yeah,
and they voted for him because you know, well they spoke to me.
yeah. Good evening, Ghost. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
It's being streamed
Yeah.
on one and recorded on the other.
Alright.
You sound very tired. I'm assuming you just got out of bed.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I mean, you can go back to sleep. You really didn't need to get up.
Yeah, you really didn't.
Oh no, I need to get up anyway. So
Oh, why do you have like
Time.
work or something?
oh no, I had just been asleep for over 12 hours.
Oh, I.
Oh,
Well, anyway, I'm gonna turn your volume down just a tad bit so I don't go deaf. But anyway, we're talking about the election, the politics, and
no, we're not.
the fly has my vote.
Fine, that's my vote too.
Mm. But it's like both sides have a very interesting view on things. And
Yeah,
I mean, at least Joe Biden didn't hit on his daughter.
that is true.
You know, of course he looks like he's strangling a kid in that one image, but
And honestly, I'm pretty sure he might have dementia.
oh no, he does actually. Um, so a president with dementia and one who I guess likes his daughter more than his wife.
Hmm.
It's very
I've heard
interesting,
Very good.
invigorating
I've heard
stuff.
very negative things from on both sides, but I never really go and put the effort into finding out about these things because they get said so often.
The
Like I feel like it's very one-sided.
I mean,
Well, that's what happened in
fair
the
point, fair
2016
point.
election. But then Trump got voted. Trump got elected.
Trump's like,
Yeah.
listen, I will fix America.
Listen, I will fix America. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great.
you, s- you sounded
It's
like you
really
were.
funny because everyone's like against Trump that I've seen and like think he's a horrible human being, but I've never seen the things that they speak of. Like I
Yeah,
ask, can you show me? Because I don't really go out of my way to look up for it, and no one really shows me.
yeah, it's no, no, yeah, it's whoever supports whichever side. Somebody will say Joe Biden is a child rapist. I'm gonna have to censor that out, or else YouTube will ban me. And the other part,
Thanks, Hunter. Thanks. You really helped me
and
with that one.
and the other, the other part is like um, you know, people that support Biden are saying that Trump, uh, you know, has millions of dollars in debt. Now that has been proven. Obviously, the supporters won't prove it, but it has been proven.
Hmm.
Anyway, so we were talking about the George Floyd thing, but it seemed to get somewhat
A bit too
negativity.
dark.
Yeah, it seemed to get very dark. So we moved
Hmm.
on to lighter topics. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna introduce you formally, Ghost. Um,
Hmm.
so this is Ghost. I believe you're still going. Have you finished the academy, or are you
Oh
going through
no,
it still?
I'm still going through it.
All right. Well, Ghost here is going through the police academy. Um, he's gonna become a big boy.
Yeah. Maybe a
Oh,
little boy that ends up on TV. I don't know.
okay. I do have a question with regarding like police brutality and stuff. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, what's your view
But
on that?
well, my view on police brutality in any sense is very. I don't agree with it at all because the face of policing is supposed to be that we're a civil servant, right?
Hmm.
Not someone who like we're not supposed to be portrayed as someone who enforces a law with a strong arm or someone who enforces a law when necessary with the necessary amount of force, but at the same time we are still just a civil servant, so we are there to help people, not harm people. So sometimes I think police brutality is a lot of playing to the camera. So most police won't do anything because they need to play to the camera, and we're taught that. And then not only that, uh, most police they just want to get it over with. Sometimes some police will be a little bit more brutal, while others will be less.
Yeah. Um, so actually, there was an issue that we were talking about a moment ago, where I believe a 4-year-old child was shot by a
I'm
police
not too sure about
officer
this though.
while playing with uh, a toy gun. No, what are your thoughts on that? Jesus Christ, I sound like a media outlet. I'm not fucking Fox News.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well,
What are your thoughts on that, sir?
I would have to, of course, like every situation, I would have to get more context on it. But from what I understand, that is a very terrible thing for an officer to do, and especially for that to be a 4-year old. I would deem to be excessive force,
Yeah.
extremely excessive.
And then you're going through academy, so you don't. I'm assuming you know a decent amount, but you don't fully know all of
No, there's still a lot I haven't been taught. That's why I plan on to continue
it. Okay.
and take criminal justice after I get out of this academy. Even though they teach us
Okay.
that, it's not like we like go through the entire course of it.
Yeah, makes sense. I guess another thing that I'd like to bring up to you is did you hear about the incident where a man had grabbed an officer's taser and started running off, turned around to tase him, and the officer had shot him
Oh, so
outside of a
like I said,
Wendy's, I think it was.
yeah, yeah. Aside from context, it sounds bad, but not as bad.
Yeah.
But I did end up getting a lot more context on that specific situation. He was under the influence. He was asleep in a vehicle,
Hmm.
and he wrestled with the police. They were just trying to detain him and everything. They were very peaceful when coming up with it, and then eventually they had to use a little bit of force because he did wrestle one of their tasers and run, which he could potentially use on someone else. Keep in mind, people don't understand how dangerous a taser is. A taser is very dangerous to anyone who isn't like on drugs.
Yeah.
Uh, Say if he was to tase an elderly person, say
They
if his grandma didn't give him the $20 he wanted for some marijuana, right?
Jesus.
And he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna tase you, and she passes away.
Yeah, that would be murder with a deadly weapon, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't. It could be considered a murder with a deadly weapon, but then again, he could just argue, well, I didn't think it would kill her
I
because it's
didn't
just a
think it would
taser, right?
kill her.
It's always portrayed not to be a
Yeah.
deadly weapon.
Yeah, you do have a point. And, I feel like some people find it as nobody should have had to die in that situation. But then some people attempt to put themselves in that situation and go, well, I would have done this. You don't fucking know what you would have done. You don't.
You know how much trouble you could get in as an officer if someone actually gets a hold of your weapon and runs off with it.
It's a lot
Uh,
of
the thing,
trouble.
the thing is that if someone uses that weapon, and hurts someone,
It's on
it's on
you.
you.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, the court isn't in your favor when you do something and there's enough evidence to prove that you've done it.
It's you.
You're in a
Like
lot
they're
of
not gonna.
trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not gonna fucking sugarcoat it and be like, "It's okay. You're a police officer. We'll let you out with just a warning.
and
You didn't do your job. It's okay. Don't worry
Well, let's
about it."
try with just a warning. It's gonna be fine.
It'll
what's
be
really
fine.
disappointing on my end is that there's always fist fights with officers, and officers are losing more than they should have.
Hmm.
And it's really because they're undertrained. 6 months of police academy is not much because we're covering so many different things: uh, self defense, detaining people, restraining people, uh, law, literally studying law and criminal justice, criminal psychology. We have so much to go through, but with the amount of time that we go through it, we don't get much of each. We only get enough to know. Like most officers don't even know their like state laws. They only know federal laws,
Yeah.
which is really bad.
Um. So I've got another topic to bring up. You are, I'm assuming, in your 20s, correct?
No, I'm turning 19 this year.
Oh shit. All right. Well then, I'm dumb. I think you actually told me this. Anyway, so um, so what do you think about like the way that things have changed since when you were a kid to about now?
When I was a kid, I was a little bit more ignorant. I always looked up to police, but I was never in a position where I was like, "F the
Oh
police,
no no no,
walk
not
straight."
that, not that, not that. That's a completely different subject. I'm talking more about
Or you talking about politically?
no. So we actually here in the state that we live in, we had some kids go at it, younger kids too, under the age of 14, I believe, for everybody there. And it basically started with a kid spraying another kid with a water bottle by accident, and that other kid went fucking ham, and multiple kids said, they were like, fight, 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 while as others attempted to step in and de-escalate the situation. What are your thoughts on that mainly? Because I remember when I was younger, if we had arguments, it would never go into physical stuff, no matter how bad
Oh
it got.
no, it's always been like that for me. I went to an academy
Hmm.
for middle school. They had just started accepting middle schoolers, so it was originally high school, and well, it was still high school, but it was high school and middle school, and this was the next thing to juvie.
Yeah.
And um, to put in perspective, almost every kid acted like that one who got sprayed with a water bottle, except worse.
Mm.
If you done anything, they were too busy trying to act as if they were big tough to, I don't know, for some reputation,
Yeah.
and quite literally will get into a fight with you. And I feel like this is a big error in uh, parenting.
Oh yeah,
If your
definitely.
child is more focused on their reputation than, just being an idiot and having fun, and they're more focused on being the big tough dude, that's really bad, especially at a younger age.
Yeah.
Because I was only like 10, 12 when I was going to that school, and they started accepting middle schoolers, and some of the other schoolers acted like that, and they would get violent enough that they got sent there. I wasn't sent there for violence, but they were quite violent. I've seen some people pick up desks and use them as blunt force
Oh yeah,
weapons,
no, definitely.
and for some reason, children have just gotten more and more violent
Mhm.
uh, throughout the years. I've noticed.
There, and I've already mentioned this on the podcast before you showed up. Uh, it's basically it's the way that the parents are around the child, which can fuck up the relationship with the kid, to where
Yeah,
the child will bottle shit up and then they'll take it out on other people. Um, and then people will sometimes recognize that and they'll use that for bullying, sexual assault, physical assault, shit like that, and it's pretty fucked up because as a kid, your parents argued, I assume, correct?
wait, what? Wait, what?
Like when you were younger, your parents argued, right?
Not in front of me.
Not
But
in front of
yeah.
you, but were you able to hear it?
Uh, no, they would just wait until I'm at school.
Oh shit! Damn. Okay, so you're
I was adopted by some elderly people. They were
uh
very peaceful.
all right. So then you had the arguing bit somewhat better. Um,
Yeah.
but basically the thing is, what most kids will do is they don't want to be a burden, no matter how fucking annoying they are to their parents. They don't want to be seen as a burden. But it's parents will give their kids tech and go, here, have fun with this, and
Hmm.
they'll just ignore their child for a little bit. And then, let's say a parent gets mad, the kid's playing on the tablet or whatever, and two parents start arguing. Doesn't matter where the kid is, if they hear any bit of that argument, they're most likely going to try and figure out what's up because they don't want to be the source of people's issues. Because, like,
Hmm.
I know I'm a huge asshole to my parents sometimes. It's just me being a teenager, and I don't mean to most of the time. There
Um.
are some times that I have falling out with my parents because we got into something like that really pissed both of us off. But it's like, I don't know. It's weird because it'll fuck up kids, and then kids who have parents that have like drug addictions, alcohol addictions, that can also fuck them up too.
Well, on the behalf of drug addictions and alcohol addictions, I've been thinking of something that was a little less free than what America usually intends to be as a system to counteract child poverty, child abuse, uh, and population. Oh yeah, and also children dropping out and
Yeah,
children doing drugs.
yeah, because
And
that's a
that was basically monitoring uh, uh, people who give birth. Basically, you can't have a kid legally until you get approved by. Uh, it's like buying a weapon almost.
yeah. You have to have uh,
Get approved.
yeah, because I mean you do look at it, and I think the average for families now is about three.
Hmm.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I've got four siblings. I'm the oldest of four. It's some wacky shit.
Hmm. Well, I'm
And
adopted, and my mother was a drug addict, and
mm,
my father was unknown. No one had any information on him, and she was going around stealing stuff from me. Not my adoptive mother, but my biological. And that's why I'm adopted. So
hmm.
she then later went to prison for murder.
Okay, then. That took a dark turn. Let's move on to a lighter topic. Jesus fucking Christ. Matthew, I've noticed that you've been very quiet.
He fell asleep.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
I didn't.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm still here.
Where have you been? You've just been really quiet.
I've just been listening.
Oh, all right. Well, does anybody have a topic idea? We've got, I'd say, 7 minutes left before I'd say we're done.
Hmm.
Mm,
Not precisely. I haven't been keeping up with everything lately.
Hmm.
I
After
mean,
it kept escalating and escalating, I was like, you know what? You could do your own thing. I'm not going to argue with you anymore.
Oh,
yeah,
Because,
and then things were just getting too much for me with like the election and stuff. Like, I'm just gonna stop.
yeah, I'm just gonna not care about it. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess Ghost, you're out of school at this point, correct? Other
yeah,
than the academy.
yeah,
So,
I'm waiting for next year to start back up.
so I guess this topic only applies to me and Matthew. Matthew,
Mhm.
Hmm.
what do you think about you go to a private school? So
Yes.
you have some days where you work from home, other days where you go to school, right?
Yes.
Now, how do you feel on your days at home when you work?
Um, very much like I have all the time in the world to do it, and it's also great. I don't have that much stress.
Yeah. And then when you're in school,
I work. Just boring.
So there's a difference between your school and my school. My school is, paid by tax money, I believe, and yours is paid by parents, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So basically, I when I go to school, they have obviously programs for us, but I feel like they don't teach us the correct things. And some people say, they're teaching you, how to be in society. No, they're fucking not. If they're teaching me how to be in society, I'd be taught how to balance a checkbook. I'd be taught how to buy my own things. I go to the store and I barely know how to use a fucking credit card. I had to ask the lady, "Hey, how do I use this card?" because I had no clue what I was doing. Our school doesn't have a driver's ed class. Some schools do, which props to those schools. But it's some schools don't know how to teach. Some schools take it too far, and very few schools are right on the money because they have teachers that actually love their job. Some teachers are just there because that's what they were offered sometimes. Not all
Mm,
of them. Don't get me wrong. There are some
yeah.
amazing teachers out there. My lit teacher last year, she was amazing. She was a great person. And then you have teachers that think that they own the world and have all the time in the world. Yes, you have all the time in the world, but please grade my fucking assignments. That's not aimed at any specific teacher. Bio 1 teacher, I hope you don't watch this video. But anyway, so I turned in assignments for biology, and waited about 2.5 weeks before they actually got fucking submitted. By that time, I was behind. So I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? So it's very wacky stuff.
I would have to put in that the academy I went to, even though uh, the teachers I had were a little bit different. Every teacher had some type of combat experience, so in case the students got a little out of hand, they were capable of taking care of themselves. But they were also some of the best teachers I've ever seen. Them being ex-military, prison guards, police, everything else. Um, they were very heavy on statistics. They
Yeah.
never gave us homework because statistically speaking, homework makes it harder on children and doesn't actually help them. So they
Yeah,
just never did it.
and I feel like the way of teaching is you eat up information from a teacher and then you fucking regurgitate it on a test for, oh boy, a score. Whoa, that's so crazy. I could
Yeah, and then
literally
you'd never think of it again.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that I remember from any of like science is mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That's the only thing I remember. Why? Because it was drilled into our fucking heads. What am I going to use it for? Absolutely nothing because I want to pursue a career
Bro.
in
Okay,
computers. What the
dude.
fuck?
Okay, dude. I have to tell you about math right now.
Oh shit.
It's so fucking useless to me right now because I'm not even focusing on math. I'm doing acting. That's what I'm focusing on in college.
Like
It has
what
nothing to do with math.
exactly like
And
what
it's
am I
just
going to
like,
Not
do? Fucking
bad. They just throw a sign in your face and you say that anyway, so you don't need to like add or anything.
yeah.
just like I'm never gonna use this in my entire life.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it though. Acting does pay very well. If you look at Broadway shows
uh,
and shit,
uh,
does it not? Am I wrong?
I mean, like acting on like a movie
No, no,
pays you a
no.
lot
Like,
more.
like, yeah, like movies and Broadway shows. They pay you an okay amount. It's not terrible.
It's
You
not
get
bad,
another $20 an hour job.
but
Other
but
than
you
shit
know
like
it could be
Hamilton.
better.
Hamilton made millions of fucking dollars. Anyway, um,
Well, yeah, Hamilton's a popular show.
Hamulin is Hamulin. Yeah, Hamilton is mwah. It's a good. It's good. It's not bad.
Why would you act? Just like become a voice actor instead, and that's so much
Well,
easier.
yeah, I mean, yeah, being an actor, which means you can actually be very flexible. You
The
can be
B
an actor
movie.
in a movie, actor in a TV show, or a voice actor.
Yeah.
Why am
Voice
I
acting seems
last?
like the
I
most
felt like a month ago.
easiest
Yeah.
while being the most rewarding.
Yeah. Um. Okay. But yeah, like math. Like what the fuck? Am I gonna get a job where I need to write a long ass equation? Like no. I'm gonna get a house. Where I'm gonna need to pay a fucking mortgage, bills, car payments. I'm
Dude,
gonna
they
need to
don't
go
teach you
out
how to
buy
do.
groceries, and I don't know how to do any of that.
I need to
Yeah,
have a
they still haven't taught you how
signature.
to do any of that, not how to get a mortgage or anything like that.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not one to argue against the school system and say, hey, math is terrible, because there is some situations that it
where
is
math is good.
necessary.
Where
Yeah.
math is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they bring up a lot of good situations, but for the major part, they're not gonna like they're not gonna not teach you math or certain parts of math because of the career you're like going for.
Yeah.
Because generally speaking, what if you just switch? What if you fail? What if you need to do something else in life where that math is necessary? Is a good
Yeah.
argument.
Then I mean, yeah. Then you have it. But I mean,
But then again, I'm adopted, so my father, he's in his like 80s now,
mm,
and he doesn't actually have an education. He doesn't really know how to multiply either, but he's done everything in life. He's very successful. He worked $20 an hour in his prime, which was a lot back in his day,
yeah.
and he is very uneducated. So,
Hmm.
I mean, yeah.
but I'm
I
not
mean,
saying
yeah.
it's a good example either because there was only specific jobs he could do and specific things that people wanted him to do, and it was all mostly physical work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are
Um.
people who can't read, so and they're there.
Yeah.
Like
Who can't read?
Oh, right. Okay.
well, people who are uneducated.
This is a random topic. Completely off topic of this. Just swapping topics unless somebody has something they want to add really quick. Nobody? All right. Rosa Parks is completely bullshit. She's blind and deaf, but she figured out how to write books.
Wait, wait, wait a minute. Rosa
Or not.
Parks?
I laughed at that. she's blind and deaf, but she figured out how to write books. Just write them in braille, two head.
No, 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 no,
Yeah,
no. No, no, no. It's not even that. It's not even that. Like, I don't even think all of her books are written in Braille.
I mean, I feel like there is some way, but at the same time,
But like, anyway, so it's like the there's like a whole story behind it. Like she goes and touches fucking water and figures out how to say water or some shit. I don't remember. It's like a 17-page story, and I was too lazy to actually remember it. But it Rosa Parks is
no,
n- sh-
is it Rosa Parks?
it's not Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks ended up on the back of the bus. Fuck, what's her name? Um,
oh, now you look stupid.
Yeah, you really are stupid
it's
right now.
listen. It is 12:55. I haven't slept in 2 days. Fuck you.
Are you,
So
wait,
it's
you
like,
haven't slept in
wait,
two
Rosa
days?
Parks still alive? That was a long time
No,
ago.
I think Rosa Parks is still dead. But what's
Still dead. Didn't get resurrected yet, did she?
Okay, are you talking about Anne Frank?
No, Anne Frank fucking died in an attic or some shit from the Nazis.
Oh, dude, I actually forgot.
What the,
I'm really trying.
what's the
I'm really
lady's
trying to
Dude,
figure out
what's
who's
the
I wrote a
blind
blind and
and
paper
deaf
deaf
and
about her
part of the
though.
woman's
Wait,
name?
I
rest.
wrote a paper about her.
What's the
I got
blind
it. One
and
second.
deaf
Give me a minute.
woman's name?
No,
What
guys,
the
wait,
fuck?
guys, I got it.
He got
Okay,
it. Okay, he's got
it's
it.
going to
He
be.
also sent my brain don't do it. Me. Oh fuck.
When you first said Rosa Parks, the reason I laughed was like, "What did you think she should have stayed in the back of the bus?"
There's a meme because her ad ended up on the back of a few buses.
Yeah, oh, it's just like, what do you mean? It's so bullshit. I mean, you there? Were you there? Did she point a gun at the man's face or something?
Fucking hell. Oh my god.
I was like, wait, she's blind and deaf?
Wait, who's the blind and deaf woman?
Helen Heller.
Helen Keller. Oh my god, none of us knew who
Oh,
that
damn.
was. Matthew
Right.
had to look it up.
She was born in
Anyway,
Tuscumbia, Alabama in 1880. Okay, she's dead.
Alabama. Anyway, but right. So how did she figure out how to like read and write before
Well,
Braille was made?
when they figured out that she was both blind and deaf, the teacher
But but
that was trying to teach her
but
how to do stuff.
I feel I know
Uh,
she like wrote in her
uh,
hand or whatever. But I feel like it's so
Boo, shut up.
bullshit.
Boo, boo, boo.
I feel like it's so bullshit though because how is she blind and deaf and was able to waltz around and wait, did she have no, she didn't have kids.
No,
Imagine,
how could she have kids?
imagine a blind and deaf like woman meeting a man. So, how are you doing today?
And Sullivan was hired and traveled to Tuscumbia on March 3rd, 1887, to teach Helen Keller, and
Uh,
began her task by mainly teaching signing in Keller's hands. He had brought a doll from Perkins
according,
to take to Keller by spelling doll
Oh
into
yeah,
Keller's
and
hands.
she fucking smashed the doll later.
Yeah, and famously taught her to read Braille and in time was able to communicate with sign language.
Like, but what the fuck?
so,
She wrote books,
um,
didn't she?
Yeah,
How the fuck did she
um,
write books?
I don't know. She wrote it in Braille and first translated it. It's that simple.
The fuck?
according to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, it says that she's a
Cock and ball
lecturer.
torture.
It says that she's a lecturer who's getting lectured by a blind and deaf woman, and how?
Good morning, class. Today I'm gonna teach you how to fucking read. But Miss Parks, you can't hear. What?
Miss Parks, you can hear. Oh my god.
Like, what if someone had a question?
Oh shit! Wait, someone has a question. And what are they gonna do? Walk up and fucking sign it in
No,
their
no,
hands?
no. I'm pretty sure she had an assistant that signed into her hand
Hmm.
that can listen and also
Uh,
speak.
That sounds very inconvenient.
yeah, that does.
My guy, people have assistants. You idiot.
Yeah, I mean, like, but
Like,
most teacher assistants are useless and they're old ladies.
oh my, no, no. Like people who like
you
translators.
you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Language translators. People
you
have
know,
that.
No, I don't fucking know, Matthew. What do I
Okay,
know?
People
yeah, I know
have
we've been talking about
translators.
translators, but like the inconvenience of Helen Keller and all of it. I mean, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know, thankfully. But
Thankfully, I wasn't in her
Like,
class. I didn't have to fucking shout.
well, I'd find it very embarrassing to get lectured by a blind and deaf woman.
You got a 0 on your test, but you can't even fucking read it.
Like, I don't know, man. That's a crazy one on my
Some
part.
crazy stuff.
I mean, I heard of it already, but no one really went in depth on how she did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, uh, guess it exists. Not gonna think
Guess
about
it
it because I
happened.
feel bad for her students.
um. Okay. I guess we'll do one last topic, and then we'll end it here, or end it after that topic. So,
Let's
anybody have a topic they want to talk about? Also, Ghost, did you see the image that we're using for this?
the table or
The
no.
no, Cookie Monster with a handgun.
uh, I happen to prefer this image.
Oh no, I'm very worried now.
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
Gotta
no,
keep it legal,
you
guys.
can't, no, you can't do that. Not, it's Matthew streaming on Twitch. That's how he gets banned.
Oh, good thing I switched it over. Oh my goodness.
That's how Matthew gets banned off Twitch.
He
I
is
Dude, I'm so
streaming
glad
on
I flipped it
Twitch. You
over.
should have
Actually,
told me.
no, it's fine. No, it's fine. They didn't
I
see it.
deleted
Okay.
it.
the stream didn't see it. It's fine.
Okay, look, I switched it over to my other intermission stuff. So now they just see stuff, other stuff.
Hmm.
Because I'm about to end the
Hmm.
stream.
You're about to end. Oh yeah. We've
So,
just
what
got
do
one
you
more
think of that
topic.
image?
I think that you're special. Oh, okay,
Well,
right. So I guess we should talk about you know, uh
I need to go to bed, dude.
so do I. It is 1 in the morning and I'm tired. Ghost, you're probably gonna be up for another few hours because you just got out of bed.
yeah, it's 12 a.m.
It's
What?
1:02.
It's 1:02 a.m. for me. Oh my god.
Uh, yeah, we've been recording for an hour 10 minutes. I know about 45 minutes of this is gonna be unusable. So yeah, and
Okay.
Vegas doesn't like me. So anyway, I'm just gonna say now. Thanks for everybody that came to the stream, and thanks for everybody
Yeah.
that watched the video. Thank you for the people that are gonna talk smack in the comments and tell me about how horrible of a person I am. I'm waiting for it, please. I'll give you my email and personal phone number while we're at it. Um,
What about your address? I like to talk
and
in
my
person.
address, 420 Weed Street, dude. It's just,
Actual address? What is it?
uh, I actually I wonder if that's a real address. Hold on. Now I want to figure that out.
I think it
Now I want to
is.
figure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, wait,
Like, do
420
you
Weed
know?
Street, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Well, good luck anyone who has it.
Wow, you gotta cut that out now. What civilian did you harm?
Sorry, but I can't cut it out of stream. So
Yeah, it's a stream.
sorry, person
It's
who
in.
lives in Connecticut.
It's no, it's not in Connecticut. It's in Camp Hill, Alabama.
Oh,
Wait.
that's not very far from me, actually.
Oh
Very
no,
far.
it's. I'm sorry. No, it's not in Alabama. It's in Georgia. It's in Camp Hill,
Oh,
Georgia. 420 Weed Street,
So,
Camp Hill.
I'm confused on how you've missed the
420
It
Weed
it
Street.
said it said AL. It said AL. Oh my god, it is 2 hours and 50 minutes away from my house.
from
South
my
Georgia.
house.
It
It's not
says
too far.
AL. What the fuck? That's that's
Okay.
an that's an actual that worries me. That's an actual thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have some really weird street names here and numbers. So I was like, you do know the chances of that actually being a
Oh,
thing
there's
are very
actually
high.
there's a street called shit. It's literally just called Shit Street.
Yeah.
Uh, really quick,
Cool.
really quick. Have you guys been to Chicago?
No, rather
Oh,
not.
good. Just don't go to Chicago. Also, don't
It's
stop at
like
any
going
of.
to Brazil.
You're going to Brazil?
I said it's like you going to
Oh
Brazil. I'm
yeah,
not
no,
going there.
it's like going to Venezuela. This is so bad. This is so
Okay.
terrible.
I I'm
Terrible.
gonna end the stream, guys. I'm gonna end the stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording before I get banned
I'm
off
I'm
off
I'm
YouTube.
gonna I'll see you guys later.
All right, see you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we can talk after
No,
this.
that license picture was an actual argument though,
Oh my God. All right.
because people are
Here,
like
two
they're
seconds.
using
Let me just end this so we can keep talking.
oh,
Oh, I don't want to get banned
you
off
still
YouTube.
haven't ended it.
No,
You
eh,
that slow.
he ended it. No, I'm ending mine, but I've got to finish it.
Ah,
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to watch the podcast. Please bully me in the comments. Have a good one.